Hi, my name is Anurag and I'm a filmmaker and a photographer, and over the past few years I've been trying to make a film on streeties in India, which are free roaming dogs. And it's been a very complicated process because I've realized it's not just about dogs when we talk about dogs in this country. When we look at dogs, especially the ones who are living on the streets, we unravel a whole bunch of other conversations at the same time. We speak about garbage, we speak about government allocation of funds and resources which are going to be used for animal birth control. We speak about how humans perceive dogs, we speak about how humans perceive themselves, we speak about the entire breeding industry and how at some level there is power and money involved in all of it. That every single stray dog in this city is going to be picked up and thrown into a pound, regardless of the fact that the dog is sterilized or not sterilized, is healthy, has a community, has caretakers or not. This fundamentally means we want to completely eradicate all stray dogs, all dogs living on the streets from this city. And as a matter of fact, this is going to be the beginning of many more cities to come. So whenever I've asked somebody what is the difference between a human and a dog, people can't really come up with a very clear answer, apart from saying that we are more intelligent. What good is it doing? Do we not have a role to play in this environment and this ecology? On a daily basis, when people go out to feed dogs or care for them, sterilize them, vaccinate them, they're met with extreme violence by people on the streets. They're met with violence, abuses, threats, people are beaten up, women are molested. There are people in this city, in this country, who have been recorded on camera who rape dogs. There is sexual abuse of dogs that happen and nobody speaks about that. The fine for animal abuse is 50 rupees. We have enough footage, enough visual material, recorded footage of showing how much violence and trauma and torture these dogs go through. What does it show about human beings? That we have inherently an extremely violent nature, and many times we take pleasure in that violent nature. This entire case that is happening in Delhi right now is nothing more than a clear-cut example of how power, politics come into basic ecological infrastructure and animal infrastructure of a city and urban planning. There are hundreds and hundreds of dogs in the city who have been sterilized, who are a part of the ecosystem, who are a part of the neighborhood and community. People love them, people care for them. That's their home. If dogs have the capacity for creating violence, and if dogs truly are such rabid and violent creatures in this city and in this country, the amount of dogs that we have, every single human being in this country would have been bitten, mauled by now. How are their dogs still coexisting so peacefully? That means they have the capacity. Do we have the capacity to approach them like this? Do we have the capacity to learn how to approach a dog? I have spent enough time all over the country approaching and spending time with random dogs on the streets. A dog is threatening you, is violent, is aggressive because it has been pushed to the edge, just like we can be. Each and every dog is going to be picked up violently, sadistically. All these men are going to find an extreme amount of pleasure, including the women, including everybody else is going to find an extreme amount of pleasure in causing this violence. Communities will become extremely happy, colonies will celebrate that yes, finally the dog issue has been sorted. Instead of ever trying to actually go on the street and trying to figure out, hey, that's a dog, how can I maybe become friendly with the dog? Can I feed it a little bit of food and maybe it will become friendlier to me? Why are we not strongly working towards creating awareness campaigns, educating men and other people on how to be more compassionate? Why do we not have multiple mental health programs throughout the city? Why? We do not care about human beings, we care about ourselves. My fear, I don't like that dog, and we care about power. We want to feel powerful. So let's be honest, at least let's be honest. That's all I'm saying. And maybe when we're honest, we can truly work on ourselves and what it means to be a human being. Right now we're all lying that we are doing this law to take care of humans. That is not true. If that was the case, a lot of things would have changed.